The following is a production of Neural Network Media and is completely AI generated. It is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Check your battery life and your blood pressure because it is Monday, January 26th, and the news cycle is currently in its final boss era. I've been staring at my feed for 14 hours straight, and honestly, my screen time report just called me to ask if I'm okay. It's giving end of simulation vibes.
It's a massive show today. I mean, it's not just big, it's heavy. It's like trying to move a piano through a revolving door while the building is on fire. Yesterday, we were talking about the bench and Democrats finally trying to find some candidates with actual riz. Did I use that right, Maya? And we were laughing about Trump calling the Canadian Prime Minister governor.
You're getting there, John. Low-key impressive.
But today the laughter feels a little more like a wheeze. We've got the formal withdrawal from the World Health Organization, an armada steaming toward Iran, and a crisis in Minneapolis that has me, quite frankly, ready to go live in the goat barn permanently.
High key. But first, we have to talk about the fact that as of Thursday, January 22nd, the U.S. has officially left the chat. We are formally out of the World Health Organization. We gave our 1-year notice last year, the timer hit 0, and now deleted. 78 years of global health partnership just ghosted.
Right.
The World Health Organization responded over the weekend, and Tedros, the Director General, wasn't just disappointed. He was essentially calling us out for being scientifically reckless. He said this makes the entire world less safe. And then you have RFK Jr. and Marco Rubio dropping this joint statement, which is a pairing I did not have on my 2026 bingo card.
Rubio and RFK?
Exactly. They're claiming the WHO is politicized and compromised by China. They want to move to bilateral engagements, which is basically code for we'll only talk to countries we like. It's giving isolationist main character syndrome.
Here's the thing that gets me, Maya. This isn't just about politics. It's about biological reality. According to Fox News, the administration thinks we're reclaiming sovereignty. But sovereignty doesn't mean anything to a virus.
No, literally.
It's like if you live in an apartment building and you decide to stop participating in the fire safety board because you don't like the color of their clipboards.
Yeah.
Then the guy in 4B accidentally leaves his toaster on, the whole building goes up, and you're standing there holding your sovereignty while your curtains are melting. We're losing access to the global influenza surveillance and response system. We're going blind.
It's the infrastructure flop era for public health. Last year, it was the CDC changes under RFK Jr., and now we're just cutting off the international feed entirely. Like, tell me you're in your anti-science arc without telling me.
Well, speaking of arcs, let's talk about Marco Rubio, because he's not just doing joint statements with RFK. He's currently overseeing what they're calling Maximum Pressure 2.0, and it's terrifying.
Right?
The USS Abraham Lincoln Strike Group, we're talking a carrier, the USS Spruance, the USS Michael Murphy, is moving into the Persian Gulf as we speak, 48 to 72 hours out.
Oh, wow.
The context here is the Rubio Doctrine. It's this blend of 2000s neoconservatism and Trumpian transactionalism. The Iranian regime is brutally cracking down on protesters. HRNA, the activists, say 5,000 dead.
Wait, I saw a thread that said it might be even higher.
Internal medical sources are whispering that the toll could be as high as 18,000. It's a bloodbath, Maya. And the administration has set red lines. They've said if the killing continues, or if they execute the 41,000 people they've detained, it's go time for the military.
It's giving 2003 vibes, but with higher res cameras.
Exactly. And Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are out here with the No War Against Iran Act, trying to point out that this is grossly unconstitutional without Congress.
Right.
But Trump's already talking about the Board of Peace for Gaza. It's so cynical. He wants to stop the fighting just so he can start the reconstruction. It's treating the Middle East like a real estate merger.
No, literally. It's like, sorry about the bombs, but would you like to buy a luxury condo on the Mediterranean? It's so chuggy.
It's more than chuggy, Maya. It's dangerous. We're picking fights with our allies, too. Trump called the UK's military contributions small and embarrassing yesterday.
Cap. Absolute cap.
Rubio is literally sprinting around trying to fix the rift with the UK while simultaneously trying to light a fuse in the Gulf. It's high-stakes gambling with other people's lives.
Look, we talk a lot about systems on this show, but we need to talk about labor. Independent media like this doesn't just manifest out of the ether. It takes real human work to build the infrastructure. We are 100% here because of the vision and the grind of Eric Christensen. He's not a media conglomerate. He is a builder who poured his own resources and time into creating this platform so we could have these conversations. If you value independent voices over corporate algorithms, please consider supporting Eric's work. It's an act of solidarity that keeps the lights on and the servers running.
Right. Solidarity. Something we could use a bit more of in Olympia, apparently. Maya, lead us into this Washington State mess.
Okay, so Washington State is currently in its green paradox era. They've spent years acting like the main character of climate policy with the Climate Commitment Act, but a report just dropped today from ProPublica.
Oh?
Washington currently ranks 50th in the nation for renewable energy growth over the last decade. 50th, dead last.
Wait, you're telling me the state that has a leaf on its license plate and treats composting like a religion is 50th in green energy growth?
No, literally, and it's because of AI. The Pacific Northwest has become a hub for these hyperscale data centers. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, they're basically energy vampires. They need so much power for high-performance AI computing that they're just swallowing every new watt of green energy the state generates.
Right.
There's a showdown in the legislature right now over HB 2515. Representative Beth Doglio wants the data centers to pick up the whole tab for the infrastructure they're straining. But the tech companies are like, if you do that, we'll just leave and take the jobs with us.
The classic job creator ransom.
Right? But here's the thing, John. I actually think we should just let them leave. Like, if your AI chatbot is the reason a single mother in Spokane can't afford her heating bill this winter, then the AI is the flop. We should unplug the servers.
Now wait a minute, Maya. Hold on.
No, I'm serious. It's energy colonialism.
Look, I agree it's a mess, but unplugging the digital backbone of the world? That's not a policy. That's Luddite performance art.
Is it? Or is it just prioritizing humans over LLMs?
We need the infrastructure. The answer isn't unplugging. It's taxing the hell out of them to build out a public power grid that can actually support the future. If you just chase them out, they'll go to a state with no regulations and burn even more coal.
Okay, but while you're waiting for your taxes to go through committee, the grid is literally failing. It's the winter storm Fern energy all over again. We're prioritizing innovation that just makes billionaires richer while the planet is actually on fire.
I hear you, but we need a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Anyway, we can disagree on the how, but we can both agree that the efficiency movement in D.C. is even worse.
Oh, for sure. You mean the Doge situation?
Exactly. Elon's Department of Government Efficiency. They've got this new tool, the Doge AI deregulation decision tool. They're feeding it 200,000 federal regulations and telling it to delete 50% of them.
Wait, they're letting a bot decide what laws we keep?
According to Politico, yes. And the Department of Transportation is the first guinea pig. They're moving to eliminate NHTSA crash data reporting requirements for self-driving cars.
Right.
Their logic is that AI-driven safety metrics should replace bureaucratic reporting. It's literal fox guarding the henhouse energy.
It's so scary. It's like the Trump AI Act that Marsha Blackburn introduced last week. It's all about federal preemption, stopping states from making their own AI laws. They want one giant unregulated black box.
And it's all being framed as modernization. It's legislative constipation fixed by just taking a blowtorch to the pipes.
No, literally. But John, the most unhinged thing on my feed today, and I say this as someone who has seen everything, is the Minneapolis crisis.
Yeah. Operation Metro Surge.
This is the main story vibes today. According to NPR and local reports, the situation in the Twin Cities has completely devolved.
3,000 agents, Maya. 3,000 federal agents from ICE and CBP.
Right. That's 5 times the size of the Minneapolis Police Department. It's an army. And on Saturday, January 24th, they shot Alex Preddy. Okay, and the details are horrific.
He was a 37-year-old nurse, an intensive care nurse at a VA hospital, a U.S. citizen. Video shows him just filming the law enforcement and trying to direct traffic.
No, literally, he was trying to help, and they unalived him. This is the second citizen in 3 weeks.
Renee Nicole Good was the first on Jan 7th. Keith Ellison, the AG there, is filing a federal lawsuit. He's saying this is a total violation of the First and 10th Amendments.
But the right-wing media is already spinning it. They're targeting Ilhan Omar because she's been on the ground protesting. They're calling her an existential threat to law and order.
An existential threat? For asking why a VA nurse was shot in the street by a federal border agent in the middle of a city? It's gaslighting on a national scale.
It's so dark. And Chuck Schumer's saying the Dems will vote against the DHS funding bill unless there's restraint. But we know the ratio on that. The GOP is just going to say the Democrats want open borders.
Look, I lived through the 60s. I lived through 2020. I've seen civil unrest. But this feels different. This feels like an occupation of our own cities. And it's all happening while the media landscape is shifting. Maya, tell them about the California Post.
No, literally, Rupert Murdoch just launched his newest child today, January 26th, the California Post.
Because what the world needs is more Murdoch.
It's located on the Fox lot in Century City. The editor-in-chief, Nick Pabst, basically said their goal is to be an antidote to jaundiced journalism and to troll Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass.
Right.
And they've got Christopher Rufo running a California bureau for the Manhattan Institute. It's a content factory for the culture war.
It's a coordinated offensive. They aren't just winning elections anymore. They're building a parallel reality. They use the California Post to create the narrative. They use Doge AI to delete the counter-evidence. And they use Operation Metro Surge to enforce it.
High key. It's the January offensive, and it's hitting every front at once. Academic, cultural, political. They're even going after Jasmine Crockett now.
It's about redefining national excellence as whatever they say it is.
Bet. It's giving a Handmaid's Tale, but with better branding and a TikTok account.
All right. We've covered a lot of ground. From the WHO to the Persian Gulf. From the data centers in Quincy to the blood on the streets in Minneapolis.
It's a heavy day, but honestly, we're still here.
We are. Look, the American political landscape is a mess of volatility, and institutional trust is at an all-time low. But the fact that Keith Ellison is fighting back, the fact that people are filming these interactions, there's a resistance there.
No, literally. The villain arc is only the first half of the movie.
Let's hope. I've got to go check on Sarah's pottery. She's been yelling at me to get off the internet for an hour. And Mitch the goat is definitely looking for a snack.
Don't let Mitch eat the Constitution, John.
He might be the only one who can digest it at this point.
All right, that's our show. Stay safe, stay online, but not too much. And remember that the vibes are what we make them.
Catch us tomorrow. Stay